Hey everybody. I don't normally do a video from my truck because I don't want to be associated with these comedians and other people who do things from their vehicles, because I don't want to try to be like I'm trying to be like them or anything. But when a moment hits you, it hits you. I'm driving down the road listening to talk radio and start hearing people talking about the shooting over in Florida. Once again, we've got a school that's been shot up. Many children are dead, many children and teachers are dead, and many injured. And you know, you start hearing different talk radio personalities putting their own spin on it, and it's just really getting sickening. To, you know, it goes from gun control to every other different issue that's out there. And you know, this really starts how we can fix this issue. You know, someone drives through a crowded room or a crowded park on a Toyota, we don't start yelling, screaming that we take the cars off the road. I'm not saying I'm for gun control or not for gun control. I'm not even getting into that. What I am talking about is laws. What I am talking about is intervention. One thing we do, you know, this starts with children, and the school districts have a good plan in place, and it sounds like this school district in Florida had a good plan in place. You know, the kids may identify this child that might be a little different, that might be having some dark thoughts or be in a dark place, and they tell their teachers, and then the teachers tell the administrators, and they have some issues with this kid, and they've tried to work with this kid, evidently don't know all the facts, but at some point they had to ban this child from coming back from school for certain reasons in certain circumstances. Just what I've heard in the news so far, so I'm not an expert on this situation. But then that needs to go to the police. When it goes to the police, then the police try to get involved, and we start trying, and the police start trying to determine who needs to be looked at even harder, because there could be possibilities here. Well, then here comes the liberal media, and the liberal people start talking about, oh my gosh, now you're profiling. Can't profile. You cannot, you know, say this one person is in one different group, or this person may not do that, may not do that. Who are you to say this person can or cannot do something? Now you're profiling. Just by trying to identify possible actions and issues. Then if you try to intervene, oh, now you're taking away their civil liberties. You're intervening on their civil rights. But if we don't identify and we don't intervene, we will never know. Just yesterday, I was in an airport, and I had flown out to do a job. And while I was there, I had to buy some supplies to do my job. When I got back to the airport, you know, and I didn't use all the supplies, so I didn't want to throw them away. I brought them back. And they were trash bags. Very meaningless, very simple, heavy-duty trash bags. Didn't want to throw them away. Didn't want to be wasteful. Rolled them up, stuck them in my suitcase. Gonna check it, carry on. I got to TSA. They ran them through the scanner. Several of the TSA agents identified that that didn't look good. Several other TSA agents wanted to intervene and came to talk to me, while others checked out my bag. These TSA agents that intervened and wanted to talk to me kind of escorted me to a little area by myself with a police officer standing and watching while they checked out my bag. Once they found out they were just trash bags, they took me over and showed me that they look just like explosives. And that next time I might want to pull them out, set them in a bin by themselves, if that's something I'm going to do on a regular basis, which it really isn't, and tell TSA before I go through, which is fine. They identified a possible hazard, they intervened, didn't hurt my feelings, we go about our business. I'm not filing lawsuits, I'm not screaming that they hurt my feelings. You know, it is what I got on my plane, I came home. But now we've got too many people. If you look at them cross-eyed, you've hurt their feelings. Now they don't want you to intervene. But we've got children dying. We've got children dying all over the place. Now, there was a group that put out yesterday a list of school shootings that have happened since January. From what I found out, that list was a little bit exaggerated because they weren't all necessarily in-school shooting incidents. But one school shooting is way too much. We have got to give our power back to our police officers, to our law enforcement officers at the ground level, to be able to identify possible hazards and to intervene, to be able to go to these people's homes and talk to them. We need to be able to go to their parents. Where are the parents in all of this? What are they doing? Are they just as much a hazard? Are they just complicit? If little Johnny wants to sit in his room and play shooter games for 24 hours a day and then write his manifesto and have his kill list, well, that's just little Johnny going through a phase. No, it's not. There is a problem there. We need to be able to let our police officers intervene and determine and take them to mental health professionals and determine whether they need a little bit of assistance with the way their life is going and ways that they are thinking. When I was a kid, I was a little short, fat kid, and I got beat up and bullied every day I went to school. I had red hair. I looked like I could have been a drummer with the Partridge Family. And every day I went to school, I got beat up, I've got teased. I had my name being Donnie, and Donnie and Marie were out there. Man, I took all kinds of criticism every day. But did I go shoot the place up? No, I did not. That just wasn't even a thought. Did it hurt my feelings? Sure. Didn't like it. Came home upset and crying sometimes as a kid. But we grow through it. Now, is it acceptable behavior? No. Are we trying to get our kids not to bully other kids? Yes. Does it happen? Absolutely. Kids, y'all are the ones that can intervene first. You see a kid sitting by himself, isolating himself, take a minute to go over there and say hi, sit down, eat lunch with them. Find out what's going on with this kid. Don't make fun of them and isolate them even more. That is a problem. Just because he's not one of the cool kids, or just not in your group, or doesn't come from the same socioeconomic, doesn't have enough money or the best clothes, or doesn't have the right shoes, or drive the right car, or even have a car when you've got daddy's new Beamer that he just bought you. Take time to find out what's going on with that kid. You might find out that he was the nicest kid in the world. Some of the greatest, most successful, financially successful giants in this world were some of the most isolated nerds in high school. You never know how these people are going to turn out. Now let's move to the lawmakers. We need lawmakers out there in the state senate, in the federal government, to get off their butts and quit worrying about who's going to use what bathroom and where and what. Oh my God, quit wasting our time and tax dollars figuring that out. Get to work and figure out what's going to make us safe. That is your job, to make us safe, to make us go to bed at night knowing you are elected officials and you are in charge of making sure that you've got our best interest at heart as citizens of your state and of your country. You're not doing it. When you spend time worrying about what bathroom is going to be used at and whose feelings are going to get hurt and not get hurt, you know what? Feelings get hurt. People aren't always happy. People don't always get what they want. That's what it's about. And I'm going to call on one group. I'll tell you what, no, let's back up for a minute. If you go to a PTA meeting and you want to talk about moving, changing one thing in that school that affects the kids, be it football or any type of other program, my gosh, you will get parents up in arms and they will yell, scream, and holler and fight. But yet we've got kids being shot up time and time again, and every parent or every school thinks it's not going to happen to us. It's not going to happen to us until it happens to you. Let's be proactive, not reactive. The school district where I live is being proactive. They're working hard. They let their teachers carry guns. Argyle School District, their teachers carry guns. They won't tell you who. They'll never tell you where they're at. But by God, they're there. So, let's call on this one group. I know there's a group out there. They always are. They always try to hide themselves. Let's call for the mama bears of the world. Get out there. Get things done. Take care of your kids. We don't need more kids being killed. We do not need to wait till we're putting them in coffins. We're standing around waiting for the scene to be cleared to see if our kid comes out or not. Let's do things now. Let's be proactive. Let's, we hurt their feelings. We walk them through metal detectors. We make them carry clear backpacks. Oh my gosh, it might hurt their feelings. We might be, we might see things in their backpacks we're not supposed to see. We may embarrass them. So what? Let's make our schools safe. It's just amazing. Let's quit worrying about everybody's feelings and get worrying about making sure these kids grow up to be viable members of society, because you know what? They're going to be in charge next. And I know every generation has said that these kids are going to ruin the country and what are we going to be left with after we're gone, Every generation has said that. But we've got to make sure the kids that are coming up behind us are more viable than we are. We always want our kids to do better than us when we are doing a poor job of making sure that they're better than us. Let's stop worrying about making sure they're happier and got everything they need and make sure that they at least live through it. Let's get our lawmakers together. Let's get our PTAs to not worry about football games and booster clubs, and let's get our PTAs together and start running and start getting after our regional and our representatives, our state representatives, our state senators, and get them to get back down to Austin and make laws for our state of Texas. Our congressional representatives here in Texas to get back over to DC and fix the laws to try to help make our kids a safer place so they can go learn and not worry about so much of, whether they're going to even come home today. There we go. Hope y'all have a nice day. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody over in Florida. It is another sad day, and unfortunately it's not going to be the last until we make something happen. All right, y'all have a good day.